How to heal from isolation. Big one. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Midpoint. And this is a video that I'm hoping that it brings you a lot of clarity. And I want you to know there is power in isolation, okay? There is power in isolation. It's time to shift our energies about the definitions and the meanings that we give things so we can actually show up a lot more boldly for ourselves, for our life, for our soul's journey, all right? Like everything is a matter of state of belief. Everything is a matter of state of belief. So if there is anything that you believe about, like I just did a video about the stigma around free spirit. If you have a certain type of belief about something, 9 times out of 10, the belief is what is going to be created in your life. It has nothing to do with good or bad. It's just what you're going to get. So you want to make sure that you have a healthy, supportive, harmonious belief about whatever it is that you are believing, right? So I just posted a video on my Instagram not too long ago about the ideology or the stigma around being a free spirit. And I was speaking to somebody and I was like, would you ever date a free spirit? And he was like, no. And I was like, why not? And I think it's because of the stigma around being a free spirit. People think that just because you're a free spirit, that means you're selfish. You don't care about others. You're only thinking about yourself. You just want to do whatever you want to do. But that isn't, though, like those are good things. Those are good things. Those are not things that are considered or should be considered negative, because in order for you to pour into others, you want to fulfill yourself. You want to know what is fulfilling to you so you could also request that. You want to be in the best vibrational frequency. You want to be overfilled so that you could show up for somebody else and to give to them, right? So it's not that it means you're being vindictive. You consciously want to hurt someone because you want to do things for yourself, or you're just being a free spirit just because it hurts other people. See the difference? Like, you're not operating from a low vibrational frequency where you want to target people negatively. You're actually pouring more into yourself so that you could be more whole and complete, so that you can show up that way for others, right? It's all about the definition that you give it. And I think that's with everything. As I always talk about the universal laws, the first law is the law of mentalism, and it talks about whatever it is that you believe is what you will achieve, is what you will experience, is what will become in your reality. So when it comes to isolation, I literally had to heal myself from isolation, because I'm someone that is I consider it an introverted extrovert. I love to be by myself only because I enjoy my time. Sometimes I want to do things where I'm just, being naked without anybody judging me. Sometimes I just want to read. Sometimes I just want to study. I enjoy pouring that time into myself. Sometimes I want to connect to my ancestors. I want to connect to my feelings. I want to connect with my mind. Sometimes I talk to myself, and it's healthy, and it makes me happy. It makes me feel fulfilled. If I don't have that time to myself, there's no way that I could actually really be a whole and complete being and show up as that in a relationship or with others. And sometimes we get to be stuck in isolation because we're enjoying that time a little bit too much, right? And the whole point of isolation is so that you can pour into yourself so you could come back out, right? And sometimes if you're in there a little bit longer, it just means that you had a lot of healing to do. Perhaps you were surrounded by a lot of projections from others to purposely, forcefully put you in isolation for whatever reason. I just saw an eagle. An eagle, like it's time to fly like an eagle. Sorry. I just saw an eagle literally just fly like this. They're always landing on top of this house. So I'm grateful for that. You might want to look up that symbolism. If you're catching this video, that was a message for you too. So look up the symbolism of an eagle and what that means for your life right now. I digress. So going back to isolation, it's really important to tap into that energy for yourself, and then to come out and then share that with others, right? Some things that I literally had to do in isolation that has worked for me, and I want you guys to understand, there's so many self-development tools, there's so many tactics and resources and tips and exercises, and they are all phenomenal, but they're not going to work for everybody. The whole purpose of this is for you to take in information and for you to learn what works best for you, which, by the way, is one of the tips that I have for you, which is the last one. So matter of fact, let's go into it now. Number one thing that you can get from isolation that I'd love to do, and I just literally mentioned it, is time to yourself. This is a great time for you to study, for you to learn something new, for you to embrace and increase your skills, either for you to get better at something, for you to show up for the marketplace with new skills, because of course the more skills that you have, the more value you bring to the marketplace, the more valuable you become. So this is all about self-development, improving yourself, learning something new, learning how to understand your mindset, the way that you think about things. What are some new perspectives that you want to take on for where you are going? What are you learning? Learn a new hobby. Do you want to learn how to play the piano, the guitar, the flute? Do you want to learn yoga? Do you want to meditate more? You want to practice more? Isolation doesn't mean that you need to be sad scrolling on your phone, which by the way I've done. But if you stay in that cycle, remember, wherever your attention goes, energy flows. So that is going to be more of what you get, and you have the power as spirit to change your life. You have the power as a spirit, the soul embodying in this beautiful vessel of yours, to shift the way your life is going. And it's just a matter of a choice. You can choose to keep scrolling on your phone, or you can literally choose to be like, I'm going to do something different. Let me put the phone down. Let me do a 15-minute yoga. Let me go take a walk. Let me do 10 push-ups. Let me watch a dance video for 30 minutes. I always wanted to do the African dance video, you know, the little movements that they be doing. Like, I want to learn how to do that. Let me do that. And music is one of the greatest things that you can do to shift you out of that energy. And then you're going to see your soul is happy. You like what you're doing. You're going to want to do it again. Maybe tomorrow the energy might not be there because for the past 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, you've just been scrolling on your phone. So remember, where energy goes, where your attention goes, the energy flows. So because it's such a habit that you created, it's going to take a little bit of time for you to create and replace it with a new habit. It's kind of like if you want to quit eating bad foods, you want to replace it with healthier foods. If you want to quit, if you want to stop being lazy and start to exercise, it's going to have to take you little by little. Like literally, I used to be 205 pounds and I'm 5'5", y'all. But that's just the papers. The paper says that. I'm actually 5'6". I don't care what the paper said. Period. No, like I'm 5'5", right? I'm 5'6". But anyway, and I used to be 205 pounds. And when I used to be 205 pounds, I saw a picture of myself and I was like, oh, hell no. I have never been this big before in my entire life. I remember my mother was on, I was like, you're getting big. And she's always got something to say. So I just thought she was just being, you know, her natural self. And then when I saw a picture, I was like, oh, hell no, I need to tighten this up. I swear, because in high school, I always said I'm going to be fit. Even when I'm 60, 80, 90, I'm going to be fit. I'm going to be healthy. And that's something that I always knew that I wanted to do, right? When I saw that, I automatically started to go to, I automatically started to want to learn, how do I lose weight? I started to research meal plans. What should I eat? I even partnered up with a friend on my block at one time. He gave me a magazine back in the day. He gave me a fitness magazine. I saw a 7-day meal plan. I followed that meal plan to the T. I didn't go to the gym yet because I didn't know what to do with exercises or anything. This is like 2010, 2009. I didn't know what I was doing, okay? I was doing P90X videos, okay? And at the time it was great, but I didn't like the shape. It had me shaped like a beach body, and I like my hips. I'm a black woman. I like my hips. I like my curves. I want to be toned with my curves. If I'm going to come down slim, let me keep my curves, okay? The basic things that I did, literally, the most important thing was I followed a meal plan. I had some type of guidance. I followed a meal plan. I released sugar, sodas, juice, eating bread all the time. I still enjoyed rice, but I did it healthily. You know, I had more fruits and vegetables. At the same time, I had healthier proteins. I would bake it. I would steam it. Different ways of cooking like that, reducing the fat and the sodium content, right? And literally what I did every day, y'all, I went from being on the couch, watching TV, you know, listening to music videos. I was still like doing things, but I also had habits of not being productive, being more productive than I needed to be. I literally did squats, dips, crunches, and I walked for 30 minutes every day. That's it. Because I didn't know anything about squats, weights, deadlifts, all of this, like split squats. And I didn't know anything about that. The basics, all right? And when I did that, literally in 3 months, I lost 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds. On top of that, I was doing the P90X videos. I lost 30 pounds, okay? So I had help. I had guidance. So I was learning how to do certain things for myself. Over time, after that, I went to the gym. And then I partnered up with someone. We started to go to the gym together. Then we started to partner up with bodybuilders. Next thing you know, your girl came down. I've learned so much from the bodybuilders that was around me, especially Clement. I always give him a shout out because he taught me how to tighten up with my food. He showed me how to do my macros. He showed me the exercises and how to do different exercises. And then I went on to the next level. I started to learn more about Jillian Michaels. I started to create my own hit body movement. So I took accountability for myself. Instead of just me being in isolation, let me develop myself. Let me build myself up. Okay, I went from 205 and came to 143. On top of that, I had a fitness business with my partner at the time, and on Facebook we grew to over 100,000 followers. That business was called Fitness Ladies. So some of you might remember me from Fitness Ladies, but that's literally because little by little, even though I was isolated, I was still doing what I had to do because I wanted to pour into myself. So first thing that you can do is study, learn, increase your value, not only to yourself but to the marketplace, to others, to other people around you. Become more valuable to yourself and to everyone else around you. Okay. Number 2, another great thing that you can do, of course, it goes hand in hand with the first one. This is more about self-discovery. What do you like? What do you love? Not only about yourself, but what do you want to do? What are the things that interest you? What's something that where do you want to be in 5 years? And I don't like asking that questions because literally you make plans and God laugh at you, okay? But you want to be prepared because you want to stay prepared so you never have to get prepared. But what is the direction towards what it is that you want to do, and how are you doing that? What are you looking into to figure that out? Self-discovery is so beautiful. I just saw 1221. So if you're watching this even up until this point, 1221 is a number for you. Look up that number right now. Pause the video and look up 1221. That is a message for you, okay? Back to what I was saying, because I lost my damn train of thought. Yeah, self-discovery, right? Self-discovery, like what are some things that you want to learn more about yourself? This is a time that you get to not only, yes, do the learning and increasing your value and your skills, but it's more so about going within, right? When you're meditating, what are the cues that your souls are telling you that you should embrace? What are the divine intuitive hits and instructions that you are getting from source of what you need to do, right? Also, it's like what I've done for me is like I started to learn more about life path numbers. What the hell is a life path number? I wanted to learn more about what my purpose is. What am I here to do? So this is another sign. If you feel like you need to get better, you want to learn more about yourself, this video is for you. Because when you start to ask questions about who am I, what am I here to do, I'm so proud of you, because this is the perfect place to be. All right. You always want to continue to be curious. You always want to continue to want to learn more about yourself. I looked up what was the life path number. When you look up the life path, you look up the careers in life path. What are these people supposed to do with these numbers? How does that affect me? Is this something that I'm in alignment with? You'll see, oh, life path number 6 says this person does this and this and this and that. Oh, life path number 9 says you get to be interested in this, and you're like, oh, this is something that I'm already interested in. So it clicks for you. So now you become more interested and curious in developing that and learning more about that, right? Because it should be more interesting for you to learn about yourself than to learn about things outside of yourself. Those things are important to you, but with self-concept, self-perception, with you understanding that everything starts from your focus, all right? This anchor right here, it starts from you. Anything that you're experiencing is radiating from the energy of you. What are you putting your attention on? What are you putting your energy on? What is important to you? Where do you want to go? How do you want to feel? Who do you want to be or become? You could just be becoming. You don't have to and I used to think I want to do this. I want to be the best version of myself. I already am. I just got to step into it. What does that look like? What does that feel like? What are you doing? What are you speaking? How are you speaking? What are you spewing out? Negativity or positivity? Are you bringing more death to your life or more life into your life? Because whatever you're spewing, you're not only spewing onto others, you're also spewing it onto your own self. Bars. Okay, so self-discovery. You should should be so interested in yourself. And I know we could go straight into the narcissistic thing. I think everyone has some type of slight narcissism in them, and I think that's healthy. I think it's okay. It gets crazy when you start to be overboard and you try to manipulate others to bend at your will. That's when it gets crazy. That's when it gets toxic, because not everyone likes the cold. Everything is about being on a spectrum. Not everyone likes the cold, but not everyone likes the warm weather, the hot weather. Some people love the cold. They can't stand the hot weather. Other people love the hot weather. Me. They can't stand the cold weather. Some people don't mind staying at 60, 70, 50 to 70. Give me something like that. You know, it's all about where you are and knowing where you are. But you have to go and discover yourself to try to figure that out. What are some things that I love to do? What are the music that I like to listen to? What are the activities that I like to do? How is this bettering me in any way? Right? What's my life path number? What is this year's numerology number? What does that mean? 2024 is an 8 year. It's all about whatever you wrote, whatever you sow, you shall reap. It's a karmic year. It's a big karmic year. Everyone is talking about 2024. Whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. Have you been putting out love? Well, expect to get that back. Have you been putting out work and believing in what it is that you want to create in your life? Then expect to get that back. Have you been putting out hate, jealousy? Have you been doing spell work towards people? Well, just know that this is what you're going to get back. Whatever you spew out, wherever your attention and your energy goes, that is what you are manifesting, creating for yourself. And to be honest, y'all, I'm almost pretty much done with the term manifesting, because that term is really starting to feel like it's something that I don't have and I want to bring in from another realm, when I need to bring myself to the other realm. You know what I mean? So I've shifted. I realized that term, I'm still using it because I'm still learning I'm still practicing to remove it out of my vocabulary. Instead of me saying I'm manifesting, I want to say I'm becoming, I'm surrendering, I am realizing, you know, because this is what this journey is. It's self-actualization. It's self-realizing. We're becoming into ourselves. So all the bad experiences, all the hurts and pains and traumas that we're going through, they literally came to help us to evolve. The shadow is here to help us. Another thing about the spectrum, this is going to be a little bit challenging. This won't be for everyone. If you want to skip this part, you can. But this is just something that I want to put out there because it's just a belief that I have, and I think it's pretty good. Feel free to comment down below. The spectrum. People love to be like, oh, this is very challenging for me to stay, because not everybody's gonna agree, but I'm not here to people please. Lucifer is bad and God is good. And I'm like, I had to change my perception and be like, it's not that Lucifer is bad, because if you look up the definition again, it goes back to perspective. It goes back to belief. Are you listening to the stigma and not creating your own belief? Because if you look up the term Lucifer in multiple ways, look at the etymology of the word, look at the Hebrew meaning, look at all of that, and it actually says light bearer. Light bearer is someone that brings you light. When you're in the dark, don't you wish you had light? Then yes, when you're in the dark, Lucifer is literally shedding light to you to see how you're in mental health, how you're in trauma, how you're in a negative, low vibrational state, so you can do something about it. So I don't think Lucifer is bad. That is an energy, that is a belief, that is misconception. If you don't know what it is, you know, somebody's just telling you this person, this energy, this is that, and it's like, look it up yourself, feel it yourself, understand it yourself. Like, there's other terms that I can say that really means it's negative, is low vibe. I mean, I could understand that, but that term, that just means, like, Lucifer, to me, I see it just means like light bearer, okay, like bringing the truth, all right, brings the truth. And to be honest, how could you accept God and not accept the darkness? Because God is the darkness. So that whole spectrum, Lucifer could run up and down that spectrum, right? But the spectrum is God. You are God. You are in that energy. God is within you. God is within you. This vessel, this body is the church. Like, God is within you. And I didn't mean to take it there. I just want to let you know, like, the spectrum. You could vibrate in your low frequency, your lower chakras, right? Where you just want sex. You just want food. You just want materialism. You just want money at the cost of other people. You're being greedy, whatever. Or you could be in a higher vibrational frequency where you're compassionate, you understand other people's pains, you know that you had to go through them, you had to heal some traumas, release some limited mindsets, and you evolving. You want to express your truth, you want to share your beliefs, you want to acknowledge the divine intuitive hits that you are getting. Okay, understand that perception is very important to your life and what it is that you are creating, because whatever you accept, whatever belief you accept from other people, that is a reality you're creating for yourself. Okay, and don't be mad when you create certain type of like experiences that you are not very happy with, but it's because you agreed with someone else's definition. You did not define it for yourself. You didn't do the research, you didn't do your due diligence, you didn't ask, you didn't go within, you didn't meditate, you just took somebody else and ran with it. It's kind of like junior high school. Don't talk to her. She's this, she's that. She's a whore. Don't be with her. Meanwhile, do you really know that? How do you not know that person is not hating on that person? How do you not know that that person sees that you'll be able to give that person everything because that person has a light and they're jealous of them, so they're stopping you from going to talk to them, right? Like, what would that make you if you actually believe what somebody else says? And now you miss a blessing because you didn't even go do your own due diligence. There's a thing about learning from other people's mistakes, but you got to be very careful of manipulation and lies to keep you away from something that is meant to like completely change your life for the better. So you have to make sure that you're creating your own perception and ideology. And yes, still understand that physical reality still have its rules and laws, but divine law, baby, universal law is not man-made. It cannot be bent and it cannot be broken. Okay, so pay attention to that. Make sure you're honoring the self-discovery within yourself. Make sure that you're learning more about yourself. What is it that you believe? Because your belief is going to be an exact replica of what is your surroundings, what you are experiencing. All right, you think that you're in lack because that's what you believe. That could be what you see. Maybe you believe in what you see. Instead, 222, you might want to look that number up. If you're still here, that number is for you. And I know 222 is all about balance, mind body balance. So look that number up. That is for you. You might want to learn how to like really think for yourself and create your own ideology and perspective, or even surround yourself with other people that share similar ways of thinking. Because if you're in an environment that doesn't share the same thinking, over time they will crush your way of thinking. They will project onto you. So now you will have to, or feel like you have to, literally create a life from that perspective that doesn't even support you or your soul's journey. You'll be miserable. You'll be sad. Every single day, life will not be very joyful for you. You will feel like you are stuck and stagnant, and you might be feeling like you're dying inside. It's because your soul is bursting to expand for it to live its life authentically. And as a beautiful being having a human experience, you get to embrace that spiritual aspect of yourself so that you can ground that and experience it here in the physical as well. Trust me, I know, because I've been a lot in the spiritual, unable to finally like ground. You know how a helicopter is about to land and it's kind of like hovering? Like, I've been at the hovering stage for so long. Even all the things that I was manifesting wasn't quite yet taking root, because I just couldn't. Like I said in other videos, and you guys possibly heard me say this in other videos, I would always say like, a lot of people know how to do human better than me, because I just feel like I'm like, there's so many things that I have yet to ground and actually see to grow and develop and have some fruit. But it's because I was still developing myself. I was still realizing myself and my power and who I am here on this planet as a physical, beautiful vessel. It took some time, but I think it's perfect timing. This is my journey. I don't think it needs to look like anybody else, and it won't. And I get to embrace what that journey looks like because I'm co-creating it every single day. I don't have to compare myself to anybody else. So that could be something for you too. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Okay? When you're in isolation, you might tend to do that. When it's really a time of self-discovery, to see how unique, to learn more about you and see how unique you are, how beautiful you are. What are the things that really light you up? What are the things that lights up other people, because you are naturally that. Embrace that. Number 3, get out. Go outside. Go outside. Okay, get out, because we need sun. We need the sunlight. I don't care how cold it is. Go out for a walk. Go to the coffee shop. Go to the gym. Go to the lounge. Get you a wrap, a hot cocoa. Bring your book, your notebooks, your laptop. Do something for yourself. If you have children, take them to the gym. Put them in the playpen. Go work out for 30 minutes. Do what your children brings love and joy. They are closest to source. But I'm saying they're assisting you. They're here to help you. Whenever you have a child, just know that there's a karmic bond automatically, and karmic doesn't necessarily mean bad. They're here to assist you. You're either breaking generational curses and creating new love and nurture so the next generation could take off and be healthier than you were, or they're coming here to teach you a lesson about something that you need to release. Like, that's my belief. Okay, I don't think you should be having children just so they could be your personal maid and to take care of you when you get older. That's not the purpose of having children. All right, I mean, I digress. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not judging anybody. I just don't believe that's what the purpose is. When you go out, you get to meet different people. You get to go outside and enjoy the sun so you could smile more. Your cells could be happier. You get to embrace this time of isolation, but it's not really isolation and feel like you're alone. You could actually go out and enjoy yourself, enjoy your aloneness with others. See how you interact with others. What are the conversations? How are you communicating with others? You could be learning, because this is a mistake that I've done. I've been so isolated, I was not going out. So when it was time for me to date somebody, I didn't know how to date. I don't know how to date. I don't know what to do. I didn't know that I had to ask so many questions. I didn't know, like, and these are things that you're supposed to be doing. But I think because there's so much stigma around what you do in dating and all of that, you're not having fun. So go out, have fun. Don't be so strict into a relationship and jump straight into a relationship. Date, get to know people, ask questions, see how they are around their family members, see how they are around their friends. If you have to sleep with someone before you see someone intimately around their family or friends, that's a red flag. I had to learn that. Because I'm thinking when I'm in a relationship, we're going to create our own relationship. But before you could even get there, that person needs to be on the same accord. If they're not, it's not going to work out. It could just be using you for sex and that's it, right? But I digress. Like, you want to go out, you want to connect with people. You still want to be discerning, but you do want to connect with people. You want to see how your individual self, after all that self-discovery, how do you interact with other people? You want to go outside, enjoy this time. What do you like to eat? Where do you like to go? Take yourself out on a date. I took myself out on a date multiple times. I continue to do so. Take yourself out to the movie. Go to the park. Go and ground and read a book. Take yourself out on a trip, okay? If you're single and have no children, go live in another country for a month, 2 months, a year. I don't know, travel, do something different, right? Again, go take a piano class, go learn something else. Like, there's so many things that you can do during this isolation phase, because I feel like it's a great time to embrace who you are and to pour into yourself, to really eliminate old habits, old ways of thinking, old people, old energy, old ways of showing up for yourself. Maybe you weren't speaking up more for yourself. Now is the time for you to take all those things from the past, especially during this full moon in Leo, right? If you're watching this video right now anyway, as of January 26th, by the way, because some of y'all might watch this video next year at a different time. It's January 26th and it's a full moon in Leo. You want to take all that from the past and now going into the Aquarius age, right? With Pluto especially, like, now you want to embrace who you are, but who you are realizing yourself to be. You want to embrace your love for yourself. You want to, everything that you've learned about yourself, you want to integrate it into who you are today. Maybe you weren't speaking up for yourself back then, right? Now you want to speak up for yourself. Maybe you were people pleasing back then. Now you want to release that and you want to show up for yourself. What do you like to do? What do you want to say? How can you start saying no with love and respect? How can you start showing up for yourself? Okay, so it's this isolation period. It doesn't mean that you need to be down on yourself and be sad. By all means, if you need to be sad and cry, take your time. Do that. It's okay to go there. It's just not okay to stay there. And I can't remember where I heard that. Shout out to whoever said that. It's not mine, but I loved it. Ever since I heard it. It's okay to go there. It's just not okay to stay there. Take this time out to shift your paradigm, shift your mindset, because it's all about a choice to change your belief around isolation. I feel isolated. I'm sad. People not supporting me. I've been there. And it only repeats that cycle to bring you down even more, because once you believe it, that's all that matters. You're doomed. You could bring yourself down lower and lower, worse than anybody else can. All people got to do is plant the seed and leave you to yourself, by yourself. Like, I've had people try to isolate me. I had people that done went out. I would and take pictures, and then it's like, oh wow, I didn't even know about this. I didn't even get invited, and I was just talking to somebody the day before. That's in the photo. Or I'm actually next to the person and they're not even telling me they're going to this place. Okay, they're not even saying anything. And then it's like, oh, I thought you knew. Well, it was here on this platform, and I'm like, why would I look up the platform when you're right next to me? So people do things deliberately, but no one has power over you. No one can have power over you. No one has power over you. No one has power over you. No one has power. Like, literally turn that shit into a song, period. Because no one has power over you. God is within you. You are the anchored energy of spirit within you. You are a creation of God. God wants you to express your soul. And if that's what people are doing, that's a great thing. You know why? Because they're showing you who you're not meant to be around. And that's okay, because you separating yourself is only going to allow you to really get to know yourself better, so you can make sure you coming out of isolation, you really get to be discerning and picky with who you want to be in your auric field, who you want to be around your auric field, who you want to be in your energy. People that are pouring into you, you know that they're going to pour into you authentically and genuinely, because that's what you want, because that's what you're doing with others. You don't want to just keep pouring and pouring and nobody is replenishing. No, it has to be equal give and take here. Okay, reciprocity is very big this year. Collaboration, partnerships is very big this year. So you want to be very intentional with who you are doing that with, including yourself. You want to be very intentional with your thoughts, with your energy. Okay, so pour into yourself, you guys. Change the definition of isolation. It doesn't have to be something that's sad. You could have been hurt. I know I have. I've been isolated. I believe certain things about myself because of abandonment and people leaving me and making me feel less than. And it was all a lie. It was all projections because of their insecurities. Some people see your light and they're like, damn, I could never get that. Or damn, I'm gonna come and steal that. Or damn, who he think he is? Who she think he is? Let me come and, like, disturb them, disturb their peace and leave. Like, 3333. If you're still here, look up that number. Shout out to Life Path number 33. We in this building. Yeah, we're in this building. All right, listen. Powerful number, by the way. Yeah, like, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that, okay? A lot of these things are just projections. A lot of these things because you have such a power within you. And if you are taking this in, just know that that is not your energy. That is not your thoughts. We have a whole bunch of thoughts every single day. You don't have to subscribe to any of these thoughts because a lot of them are not even yours. But you could choose your thoughts. You can choose your own thoughts. I am happy. I am loving. I am calm. I am deserving. I embrace this new beginning. I am changing. I'm making the efforts to change and to step into my reality. I am loving. I am deserving. I am powerful. I deserve a community that loves me and respects me and honor me. Like, start talking life into yourself so that you can create that into you. See, I be trying. I'm trying. Okay, so that you can create the opportunities for you to step into that reality of who it is that you know that you are. Take this time out for yourself. Isolation doesn't have to be something that is so down and out and low and negative. Yes, it happens, but it's also meant to uplift you. This is like being in the void. This is like being in between worlds, right? Do you want to go back into the world that puts you in isolation, or do you want to ascend from it? Because when you ascend from isolation, you could never be put back into isolation. In fact, you're going to personally choose to go into isolation for yourself because you know how powerful you can be when you isolate. And again, the perception and energy and definition of that is different now. To you, it's more like setting boundaries. You want more time to yourself. You want to heal. You want to nurture yourself. You want to pour into yourself. You know how you feel like when you're not around so many people. So when you come out, bond, we're ready. I love you. I love myself. Let's do this. And then when time is up, I got to go. See ya. Peace out. Because you embrace and respect your energy. Because you're embracing the unity within you and God. Mother, Father, and you. Like Asar, Aset, Haru. Mind, body, and spirit. Whatever way you want to put it, it's a unity. UNITY, that's a unity. Hey, all right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit long, so I hope you were doing some type of dishes or cleaning up while you were listening to me and not just watching me. Although I'm grateful if you were watching me as well. Shout outs to you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below if you have anything you want to add to this video. I truly appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.